Hey guys, I'm Brian here with a new League of Legends video. Today I have one of the first Lulu spotlights. I'm over on the public beta release, and Lulu is free. She is a support mage. She's better off played as a support in my opinion, due to her extremely long cooldowns. But I'm gonna go through her kit here and detail some of her strengths and weaknesses. So her Q, Glitter Lance, you know what, actually, let's start with the passive. Her passive picks is a small little minion that follows her. It's untargetable, and whenever she attacks something, it attacks as well, dealing 9 plus, I believe, 6 times level damage. And it fires 3 that do a total of that. They are homing, but they can be blocked by other units that get in the way. I'm going to auto attack my frontier real quick. Like right there, it just fired 3 bolts, and it's a very useful passive. It scales really well with attack speed and attack AD builds, so yeah, like right there, he just tried to use a combo. Now her Q, Glitter Lance, she fires 2 bolts of magical energy, and they slow enemies for a large amount each, 40% each, and they stack upon each other, and they decay over time. One fires from her, one fires from Pix, so it can be used very, very interestingly to damage and slow enemies. Now, her W ability, Whimsy, longest cooldown aside from her ultimate. It grants an ally movement speed and ability power for a long duration, and they can move pretty fast. And as you can see there, her E ability, or the second half of her W on enemies, it turns them into a different form, shrinks them, and it disables their attacks and spells, so it silences them and prevents them from auto-attacking and reducing their base movement speed by 60. So it's a base speed slow, which is really nice. Her E is help Pix. Pix jumps to an ally to follow them and aid their attacks of Lulu's for 6 seconds. So basically it gives her passive to whoever you use it on. It also shields for 6 seconds. And that's that. And when used on an enemy, it deals damage, it deals damage and grants vision of enemy unit, and her Q can be fired from it. So it's a very interesting ability. You can use it to snipe out kills, for example, like you can E someone and then use your Q off of them to like pick people off in the back. It's a very, very good ability, and again, it shields. Alright, now her ultimate, Wild Growth. Lulu enlarges her ally, knocking enemies away and making them bigger for 7 seconds. It also gives them health and slows nearby enemies in the area of effect indicated by that purple circle. It's really useful for engaging, and it's also very useful for disengaging. Now there are quite a few ways to build her due to just her sheer utility. She's an okay AP carry. She's got quite a bit of damage, but her cooldowns are very long, and she's a very good support due to just raw utility. Her Q is really good for harass, with her passive. She has a really, really good movement speed buff and ability power buff, as well as a lot of CC, which is kind of necessary for champions nowadays. She's also decent played attack speed hybrid due to her passive, which utilizes basic attacks, and it allows her to proc her passive more and cause quite a bit of damage. Now obviously she has quite a few strengths and weaknesses with each build. Obviously as a support she doesn't have a solid heal, just her ultimate, which is a base heal, and it's obviously an ultimate, so it's not the most reliable when it comes to helping out someone in bot lane. And her strength for that though is she has really good CC and strong utility. Now AP, she's probably best suited. Her combo, yeah. Q has pretty short range, but it can be extended using her E. And she's, other things are like she has really long cooldowns, and her scaling, it's pretty good, but it could be better. But all builds are about equal. She's fairly balanced and currently on the PvE, and she can basically do quite a lot. Lots of damage if you build her AP, and she can just burst people down like that. Even with this strange build that I'm using. The shield is probably her weakest skill, for an ally at least, because it doesn't give any added bonuses to your allies aside from giving them your passive and a very small shield base, which scales really well with AP, but if you're playing support you won't have much AP. For items that you want to build, on AP you're going to probably want to go for a sustained damage carry route, so like a Rod of Ages, Death Cap, Woda for Spell Vamp to stay in there long enough and help support your allies. It seems like a good pick on her because her passive does proc Spell Vamp, so yeah. She's also a very strong tower pusher with her passive, but we'll get into that in a second. Now with attack speed build, stuff like Ginsu's Rage Blade, Nashor's Tooth, especially Nashor's Tooth, it gives you mana, regen, ability power, attack speed, and cooldown reduction, which are all extremely necessary on her. We both polymorphed each other at the same. Yeah, but she's with the attack speed route, she can push down towers extremely quickly because 100% of the damage from her passive procs onto towers, which is very strong and I feel like should be nerfed quite a bit. Again, this is the public beta release, so nothing is final, but it's a little bit too strong. And for the support build, you're obviously going to want to go with gold per 5 items, Woda somewhere in there just for the utility for your teammates towards the end of the build. And her kit is very well designed though. She's extremely strong in all 3 of the possible builds. But that's it for my opinions and basic spotlight on Lulu. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.